Alrighty, this is Adam, the Roof Dude, and I am up here out on the eastern coast. And I just wanted to get this on video here. So a lot of homeowners, they want to know, well, how do I know I have roof damage? Well, here's the thing about roof damage, right? It's kind of like how hail damage is. It's pretty indiscriminate. Sometimes it's there and you don't know it. A lot of times you cannot see it from the ground. But what you can see is you can see the indicators of it there, right? So if you can see it from the ground, normally that's a bad sign. You're catching it too late, okay? Because what happens is, and I like to stage this by levels, right? So on level 1, we've got a couple things where essentially you're just seeing this. This is not visible. You're not going to be able to tell unless you're up here, or if so you can see that it's kind of casting a broader shadow on the edges. Sometimes that's a good indicator, and you can kind of see that they're not adhered anymore. So that's what I would call stage 1 wind damage, okay? Now we're on a home here that does have some prior repairs, so this is actually a condition that they've actually had before on this roof. So maybe older damage, but it's likely that it's new because these have already been taken care of. This is a 3-tap roof, so these actually do come up way easier than you'll see like an architectural roof, which is like that over there. That has a higher wind rating, about 110 to about 130 mile per hour winds. These have way less. They're about 55 to 75, and that's when they're pretty much new. So as it ages, it starts to kind of devalue that wind rating. But jumping back into it here, this is what I would call stage 2. Now this is visible, but not from the ground, not often anyhow. But the visibility of this is that you can see like a pretty defined crease line. Now what's bad about this is that not only does it come up and also present an opportunity for water to get underneath the shingle, this is going to start kind of going back and forth with any high sustained winds and kind of break like a copper wire, like if you bent it a few times, and then it's going to fly off. Now that's the end of stage 2, bringing you right into stage 3, which is what she's got here. All right, so stage 3 is when you've actually seen that happen. Now what happens is you can see that it kind of broke right where that crease line is. How that's happening is basically 2 things. Obviously it's getting worked, back and forth, but it's also removing the granules. So you can see those little dark depressions in there. All right, those are basically the removal of the granules from all that moving and manipulation. Now when those granules come off, not only do the granules provide like a really good color for the shingle, kind of give you that whole presentation, but they also provide UV protection. So basically, these granules, these little rocks, are the sunblock that prevent the asphalt that's on top of that fiberglass from basically withering away. So you've got 3 things in the shingle. That's the fiberglass, okay? There's the asphalt, and then there's the granules that are actually put on top of that asphalt to protect it, give it the color, and basically allow it to be a functional water shedding system. So here, what's really bad about this is that you can actually see there's an overdriven nail here. Now the overdriven nail is common, but in this scenario, because we ended up with some wind damage here, it's actually now no longer attached. So underneath, the homeowner can actually see in this video that underneath that you can see that that's felt paper. So that's the vapor barrier that's supposed to protect your home should this water shedding system fail, right? You see it on the houses, pretty much like the Tyvek on the houses. But the only difference between those two is that this is actually not a waterproof material. It's basically a water resistant construction paper with a tar element to it. It does not really have much use in the way of, I wouldn't use it for an umbrella, let's put it that way. It's going to get waterlogged pretty quickly, and whatever's under this room is essentially going to see some damage or some water intrusion. So this is just a real quick snapshot of what you're looking at when you're looking at storm damage or wind damage on a roof. This is just a 3-tap. The point is if you're from the ground level and you're assuming your roof is going to be fine, I would revisit it, because essentially I would about maybe 12, 13 years after that, you want to be on yearly inspections to make sure that you don't have these things. If you could get to them quick, that's great. You can repair them. But if not, then you have to look through other avenues of getting that remediated. But all right, this is Adam the Roof Dude, and I'm signing out.